audits, he likes to take things to the brink. And like when he was in that social security office, he took the arrest. Like bro, you're not supposed to take those arrests because once you're in the system, the American justice system, dude, they're gonna keep you locked up if you get like all these charges racked up. The system, American justice system in America, is set up to like keep you locked up, dude, forever. If you keep getting those charges, it's scary. So
Right.
I avoid arrests like the plague. I've only been put in the silver bracelets like twice, but no convictions. So I have a clean record,
Yeah.
which is uh which is super important, especially in Vegas. Because Vegas cops don't mess around. Vegas cops will lock you up if you just give them a dirty look, or if they feel that you're not respecting them and their authority, dude, the Vegas cops will eat you alive. And I've had an encounter where like five cops surrounded me, and they thought that I had a weapon because the business falsely reported that I had a weapon on me. So they were like extra like heightened. The cops were like like very like SWAT. Like I felt like I was being swatted the way they surrounded me. It was straight up scary, dude. What's
Yeah.
up, everybody in the chat? 10 people in here. That's decent. Angry Vet, if you're in here lurking, the StreamYard is right there, my boy. We would love for you to come up and give us an apology for your rambling, your unnecessary rambling, Angry Vet. Just you made a whole thing, and then Frauditor Troll picked it up, and Frauditor Troll made it to seem like something big was happening between me and the Angry Vet, which it was just a big nothing burger. Angry Vet called out Perfect Soulmates for no reason really, and then my name happened to be brought up in the mix, and Frauditor Troll made it out to be like some big story. Oh, Vegas Vips and Angry Vet are having a feud, which is just not the case.
Yeah, it really is a big nothing burger, like you say, and that's what separates you from gonna be the angry loser until he does something. But he claims to be an auditor, but he does things on purpose. Like he wants to get arrested. He wants to act like an idiot out there, and I don't support that type of quote unquote auditing because you're just instigating. Like you're looking for problems. You're just acting stupid. That's not auditing. And so he wants to get arrested for all that drama. And then he goes back on his channel, and then the sofa couch warrior, and starts saying my court date's on this date, and I got arrested for this, and that's nothing to be proud of, dude. You're just making everybody, Americans in particular, look bad in general.
Hey Ben, I know we discussed this earlier, but is there any chance if Guadalupe came up and apologized to you that you would remotely forgive her, or is that door closed?
No, because I did that with her before on Brooklyn Audits, Teflon Audits channel a long time ago last year. I said, hey, let's squash this because we disagreed on the vaccine. Like she's a nurse, so she's pro-vax. I'm anti-vax, right? So she got
I mean,
really pissed off, and so she was talking like a little kid. And I said, the second time she got up, I said, hey, are we good now? And she's like, yeah, we're good. And then she started quickly going back to the same troll behavior. And I'm like, you had your chance. That's it. Door's shut, man.
hey, I can't blame you. I can't blame you because I've seen some of her antics. Sorry, Guadalupe. I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, if Ben if Ben has that opinion, then I'm gonna respect his opinion. And if he's saying that door is closed, then that door is closed. But it is what it is. No, nothing personal. I was just on the stream with you on Jerry's thing, having fun. But uh, yeah, Ben wants to keep this live panel drama free as possible. So I respect that. Angry vet. I know you're in here. I could feel your presence, dude. You're I know you have to pay attention to when people talk about you. So we're just waiting for the angry vet to make a grand appearance. Coke dog, are
Yeah,
you in
like
Germany?
you can't trust anybody, who says that they're a troll. You know, I've had so many years since YouTube began, before Google bought it out, and I just see how people play around with the word troll, how it's evolved, the term troll. And I did trust somebody in the past, and a few others. I gave them more chances, and they can't help it. It's their shtick. They're addicted to just being stupid online and not productive and respectful. You can't trust them.
And she did porn bomb me once. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold that. Well, I don't know. She's porn bombed me once, so actually she porn bombed me twice. If I'm Yeah, she did. She porn bombed
No,
me twice,
there you.
so that's another
Not
reason. So
surprising, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jolly Folly. I've never seen you before. Welcome. Kelly W, aren't you subscribed to Fraud or Troll? And I'm not holding that against you. I'm just curious. Bandit in the house. Kittle 23, I've seen you before. Yeah, I personally, you know, I know that Guacamole is a troll and she has a bad side to her. I find her a little bit entertaining, but that's just me. But yeah, it is what it is.
yeah. I mean, like, entertainment should have a purpose. It shouldn't be like just acting stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, a clown in a circus, he still has a purpose. Like, he's juggling balls, or he's blowing fire or something. I mean, it's classic, right? I mean, he's not like making fun of anybody. He's just, somebody can call that stupid, but no, it's a performance, right? But I mean, a troll, like, trying to poke at people, it gets old at first, then it gets sad, then it just gets pathetic, like a waste of time. It's like, seriously, are we doing this again? It's like babysitting a troubled child, but after a while, it's like, no, you can pay somebody else to babysit that person. I don't care how much money you're gonna pay me. You can pay another babysitter. You know what I'm saying? It just gets to a point where it's like, oh man, that's so stupid. And so
And
that's when they start obsessing over you, because yeah.
she was in Jerry's live stream and she was saying, buy my book, buy my movie, and something else along with it, that was
Yeah,
condescending.
that's starting to be disturbing behavior at that point. Like, she's trying to act like she's me. It's like, dude, you seriously need some psychological evaluation, like some help.
I
So
thought
that's
I
all I got
thought
to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
when
Like,
she,
at that point, it's like, you know,
yeah, when she first came in the chat with your image, I thought it was you, but then I read the last part and it said, she was something that off. But she's in the chat
yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just kind of like I said. Like, at first, it starts to get annoying, it gets old, and then it gets sad, and then now it's just pathetic. It's like, man, that's what you really do with your life. Like, it's not even funny. It's not even entertaining. It's just, somebody actually does that. It's so cringe that you don't even want to watch it or listen to it. And it's also disturbing because she's trying to act like she's me, and it's like, wow. I think there's like a psychological condition for that.
Mugster, sorry, bud, you lost your moderator privileges on my channel. We just we don't appreciate you going off on us in such a manner. And just for the record, me and Perfect Soulmates, we know a lot about the shadow government and what really goes on. I've done a lot of research. I come from a not religious, but theology background, and I know a lot about the inner workings of the shadow government and stuff. And you were saying that you follow politics for many years. Um, Dude, do your research honestly. There's the government is not for you. The government is against you. The government wants to enslave you. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic.
Yeah, like I can give a freebie, which I'm sure you're aware of. Like literally, etymologically speaking, gobernus mentus, to govern the mind, to control. It literally translates to mind control. The word government. I don't know how people can't research at least that much.
And there's so many subliminal things that they flash at you like in television, movies, the internet. They're literally showing you what their agenda is in plain sight. They're mocking everybody. Agenda 2030. I could go on, but I don't want to get in trouble, like you said earlier.
Right. Yeah, like and imagine that. There's a famous saying by Voltaire who says, "If you want to know who's in power, it's those that you're not allowed to question."
He'll show, he'll show. He's getting dressed. He's getting his cologne on. He's combing his beard, getting all the ticks out of his beard so he can look presentable on panel.
Jeez. I keep forgetting his name is Kevin. Yeah.
I think his last name is Soper.
Yeah,
I'm
something like that.
not quite sure. Oh, and somebody said that Frauditor Troll's name is and this is just a rumor I heard. You know, someone said that he's from New York, Lockport, and his name is actually Joshua Miller. I don't know how accurate that information is, but
Yeah. I mean, but if I had to bet on it, I would say that he just doesn't have any courage whatsoever to do such a thing, to actually. I mean, because if I was in his position, which I couldn't even imagine, I would actually make a public apology to everybody who despises him and stop boasting so much about his veteran status, because it's not like he's some war hero. I mean, he had like a sincere job, and that was about it. I mean, but he acts like he's just like top of the top and everything. And like I said before, I don't boast about my military experience, but it's a lot more experience than his. It's not about how long you've been in, it's what you've done while you were in, you know. So he just acts like he's like everything, like a freaking Rambo, and it's like he doesn't have that record to be doing that. And if he wants respect, like stop acting like, oh, I'm disabled, everybody pity me. And it just doesn't work. His formula doesn't work, you know. Just and then he asks for donations for literally doing nothing. Like, I have products to sell. You're gonna get something in return. One time purchase lasts forever. But I mean,
Band
this guy has nothing.
Bandit, I think you summed it up pretty well. Stays in bed
Oh yeah.
24/7, only gets up to get a snack from the fridge here and there. Uh,
Yeah, to get
what are you
arrested once a
what are you
month.
what are you posting, Guacamole? Are you posting his address or what's going on? That can't be accurate.
You gonna Google Maps it?
Shoot. Someone Google Maps it for me. By the way, Mugster, I always see you on Eli the Circus Guy's panel. Like, dude, that panel, anybody can go on that panel. Even I went on that. I saw that panel and I went on it. And even Perfect Soulmates was in there when I asked Eli a question. dude, literally anybody can go up on there, and it's like that whole panel is a joke. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's Eli the circus guy. It's a joke,
yeah.
and
He'll say he's the people's guy, but he really just wants, the drama guy. Like when people start fighting and arguing about, it's always the same things too. He gets off on it.
Mugster, do you get a hard on when you go on that panel? Do you do you feel like a special tingling sensation when you go on that Eli's People's Guy panel?
I bet he does.
Seriously, Mugster, and Mugster, you present yourself to be so wise, but yet you can't really debate perfect soulmates on simple stuff like the shadow government. Like that stuff is just basic, very basic stuff.
Yeah, like imagine this. So he thinks that I don't know what he already knows, and I'm like, dude, you should be the one asking me questions. It's not a superiority thing. It's like, think about it. If I come from the same schools, then I already know what you know. It's what I believe now that I've been lied to all my life. You should be interested in that in order to verify for yourself. You see what I'm saying? It's like, for example, let me try to make this simple for layman's terms, right? If we both play soccer, I know it's not a popular sport in the States, but we both play soccer, then you already know that I play soccer, right? And I know you play soccer. But I also play basketball and football. So why are you gonna start arguing that I play basketball and football? Like, why don't you just ask me questions and like, oh, so why do you play basketball and football, and how do you play those sports? And you should be intrigued. You shouldn't be debating because I already know your side. I already know soccer. You're not gonna be educating me on anything because I already come from that background. You see what I'm trying to say?
Oh, and by the way, I'm done with Jerry. I'm seriously done with Unforgiven Jerry because he kicked me from his stream without any warning, and I don't like that. So, yeah, think I'm done with Jerry. Um, because he was cool, but then as soon as Guacamole showed up, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick Vegas. We don't need Vegas on the stream since Guac is here."
Yeah, that's just really sad. That's like Brooklyn audits. Like anybody who cherishes guac is just, it's so cringe. It's like, dude, you really get satisfaction out of dealing with the troll? I mean, is that the value of your stream? Seriously, dude, like it's just nothing to be proud of, and there's nothing to learn or to actually laugh from at all. I mean, but to each their own. There's always a loser's corner, I respect it. I don't try to imitate them and say they're not allowed to get together. No, you're free to get together, but why do you guys obsess over me? I mean, just stay in your loser's corner. I'm fine. But they gotta
You
obsess
know
over
what?
us, Vegas.
You know what, Guacamole, I know you love Ben. I know Guacamole loves Ben. You have a thing for Ben. You really have an attraction to Ben, and I don't know what it is, but you always have to you always have to bring him up. You bring him up all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she watches my content and she's one of the silent ones. Well, I have her blocked, so she can't comment. I'm pretty sure she watches my content. She likes it. And she also has an attraction because somebody says she likes people in uniform. So that's why she obsesses over my picture here. I mean, that's fine, but it's kind of concerning when it's become like an obsessive, like, we don't know if she's going to get a tattoo on her chest or something, with me. And you know what I mean? That's kind of creepy at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she said that she can't get tattoos in her chest area because she's not big enough in that region.
Oh, great.
That's what she said to me in a previous live stream.
Well, the rabbit hole deepens.
Guacamole, you were ex-military, right? How in the Air Force? 4 years or how many years? Yeah, you did. I know you did.
Yeah,
I know you did in your previous live stream.
yeah, she claims, but I mean, I haven't heard her say anything about her military experience. Just that she's pro-vax. Wow, I learned so much. I mean, nobody would treat another veteran like that. Like, be so obsessed. Like, that's just really cringe, and it's not really military. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like military bearing and the educational level that even an airman. Because I come from an Air Force family. I'm the only Army service member out of the whole family and even my ancestors. So, well, except for my grandfather who is from Spain. Well, he died, but he was in the Spanish Civil War. But that's about it. My immediate family members all Air Force, and my brother's still serving as a full bird colonel, and he's about to retire. So, I mean, Guadalupe claiming that she was, a veteran. I'm like, that doesn't sound right because a veteran acting like this, I don't know, man. That's just like Angry Vet, like a veteran acting like that. I don't know. It's so cringe, man.
I forgot what I was gonna. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask her. Um, you did. You saw a picture of her? What?
Scud missiles.
Hit in the back with two Scud missiles? Big naughties? What? Do you know what that means, Ben?
Well, let's analyze it here. Vegas. She got hit in the back with two Scud missiles. Big naughty. So is he saying big breasts? Is that what he's trying to say?
That's what I figured, but I didn't know what the Scud missiles were.
I mean, unless they're sagging, is that what you mean, Bandit? Like, I mean, I did hear that she exchanged photos with Brooklyn. The what pics. So she does. She's into that, from what I know.
Oh, I think she's calling me right now. She has my leaked number.
Oh, really? That's kind of sad.
It's creepy.
Must be an emergency. 911.
She really is pissed. I think she doesn't have the power of the panel.
See, she wants to control you, Vegas. She wants you to answer right now.
You know what? I know, Ben. I know you said this was cringe earlier, but I
Yeah,
like her. I like her Brooklyn accent. I have to admit.
I gotta say I like Steven Seagal's Brooklyn accent because it's hilarious. At least you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, Steven Seagal is a good time. He's funny.
He just says some crazy shit, man.
I actually saw him once in Vegas. He was doing some autographs in like a little booth, and I wanted to get a picture with him, but he was like, "F off, kid."
Oh, really? Yeah, but could you get an autograph though, or? Oh man, that must have felt bad. Like you were probably like, "Screw this guy," right?
No, it didn't really. It didn't really hurt me or anything. I was just shocked.
Yeah, that
Uh
sucks,
oh,
man.
Lupe's backstage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's trying to say something,
Yeah, I bet it's
but
nothing good.
yeah, yeah. We already discussed that. Lupe, sorry, that door's closed. Um, but
That's what they try to do.
right? What the
Yeah.
heck? It says Anna Maria Quintana authenticated by YouTube. I'm gonna look that channel up real quick on my phone. Let me see what Anna Maria Quintana is.
That sounds oh, Quintana.
Holy crap! Is this you, Lupe? Uh-oh. I think you just doxed yourself, Lupe. It's some middle-aged
Well,
Latina chick. It's a
is this like an
middle-aged
EOT
Latina chick.
moment?
Yeah, it might be an EOT moment. Should she says she wants to answer questions, Ben.
Yeah,
Um
because she can't stand being left out. Like she wants the attention. I mean, that's all it is. Like on anybody's panel, she's like me, and she has every time you let her on, man, nothing good to say.
I mean, I'm tempted to let her on, but I can't do it cuz she might just porn bomb me a third time and like
There's
like we
always that.
like we agreed earlier, our agreement earlier, so sorry, Lupe.
Yeah, maybe answer in the private chat then. I mean, if it's that important. I mean, if she
Yeah, you
cares
could
that
you could
much, like why does
you
she have
could
to have
you can answer in the private chat or you can answer in the comments.
it's too
So guys,
difficult.
guys, type of type of one in the chat if you think Angry Vet is just a crazy guy. I want him to come on. I want him to come on the panel, even if he just comes on and says, "Vegas Vips, you son of a bitch." Even if he just wants to drop an F bomb.
Nah, I don't think he has guts to do that either. I mean, well, he might make a video on his channel about you and me again. I mean, because remember, his channel's dead, so we're the only content he has right now.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it into perspective. He has 35,000 subscribers, and on his last video, he only received 4,000. So what is that? A little over 10%. It's like 12%
Yeah, but
something.
considering what they said in the chat and the comments, like they didn't even care about what he just said. They don't
Yeah, they
even know
didn't
who I
even
am.
yeah, they didn't even say anything about you. They were just all the comments were like, "Oh, hi Angry Vet, haven't seen you in a while."
Yeah, exactly. I was like, so he was just huffing and puffing for no reason, and then he says winning. I'm like, dude, that's not winning. You might want to go to the Webster's dictionary.
So yeah, did you want to answer, Lupe? How many years in the military?
I seriously couldn't care less. But I mean, if she's having a heart attack over it, she's free to mention. It's just really useless information at this point.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. If she's
Yeah,
pro-vax, that's a big no-no for me, personally.
yeah, like because there's literally people who lost their kids to the what, and then like she literally says that oh that's because of something else or whatever. I'm like, dude, you think the parents are that stupid? Like literally right after their kids die, it's like you can't just make blanket statements like that, not knowing the whole story. Like there's the adverse reporting system. They don't even report like what 1% of all adverse effects. It's a whole scam. The whole pharmaceutical industry, even the medical industry. So it's
Yeah,
just but for somebody just to be a
I recently became an uncle, and my sister went to take the baby to get the you know what, and I was like, what? Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Because
Um, I'll I'll send
what
you
was that?
some links, Vegas. I'll send you some links, Vegas, by some awesome scholars. Their name is well, I'll send it to you in email, and they're on the website BitChute, or like it's like the last stand for truth videos. Unfortunately, because all the censorship. Um, but yeah, it's just 100% like guilty as charged. The entire industry of the whole, you know what?
You know about
It's
graphene? You know about graphene oxide?
Yeah, that too. That's just unbelievable how people actually still promote it even after knowing that. That's the latest. Yep.
Yeah,
And you know that they
graphene.
changed.
What?
They actually changed it. They changed the definition and during the, you know what, the actual definition of to include the mRNA. If they have that power to change the actual Webster's dictionary, the Oxford, and all dictionaries to include the mRNA experimental injection, that's power, bro. Can you imagine how much power that is to actually modify the definition of vaccination? That's damn. That is so much power right there. Crazy power.
Yeah, it makes me even want to question the next time I get, God forbid, next time I get sick, it makes me question, do I really want to go to a hospital? You know, I mean, at this point, are the hospitals incentivized to, give you who knows what? But that I could
Yeah, I
really
would
go
say
deep.
your
I
best
could really
defense
go
is just to
best defense what?
yeah, your best defense is just to carry as healthy as a diet as you can, exercise and live stress free as much as possible. In order for these things to not have an adverse effect on you, that's your best shot.
Right. 100%. And natural herbs and remedies, organic stuff, staying away from 3D printed meat, bro. That stuff's
Yeah,
crazy now.
imagine that. That's how far we've come, man. To actually have an organic section, plastics everywhere, and lab grown this and lab grown that, even lab grown diamonds. I mean that's not offensive, but it's just amazing how artificial this world's becoming, and nobody's really looking at it. I mean, except the intelligent ones are keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, and all these fast food chains are coming out with the plant-based meat or whatever.
Yeah,
God forbid, dude.
yeah. Have you ever heard that story when McDonald's actually was there was actually human meat found in there? I mean, I know it sounds really disturbing, but it happened like I don't know over 10 years ago. There was a big report, and then horse meat and whatever. Like people just have no idea, man. But just turn the cheek, you'll be all right. Ignorance is bliss. Don't look into these things.
Right? Guacamole, I'd love
Makes
to
you
hear
wonder.
I would love to hear Guacamole's opinion on 3D printed meat.
Oh man, he's probably
Oh,
gonna say it's nutritious.
Lupe says that you're fully vaxxed as a veteran. So she's saying that you've
No, no,
been
not with the mRNA experimental vax, but the vaxes. Here's another thing. She doesn't understand this, but they're not gonna kill soldiers with all the vaxes, right? So I believe that they're pseudo vaxes, like they're not the real, the poison ones, if you will, because you got to think about it. Who do you? It's like it's what do you call it? Eugenics. Like you have to be specific on who you want to take out. Like Bill Gates, he wanted to kill people in Africa, so he makes sure that he did vax campaigns down there. And but not everybody. You can't take everybody, otherwise it's 100% noticeable. So you got to have your what do you call them? Your the ones that are not the real thing. Oh man, the words escaped me, but
Placebo.
yeah, I guess no, that's the placebo effect. But the ones that are the vials that are not full of what, you know what I'm
So
saying?
you're
Because
saying that you're saying it's half and half. Like some are real,
it
some are
might it's
so,
random in some situations. Right. It's real in some situations, and then it's not in most situations. That way it looks like it's legit. Oh, nothing happened to me. Nothing happened to me. Yeah, but all this other stuff happening to all these other people in different locations or same locations. It's like I think it's selective. Think about it, because you want the bravest men and women to serve in the military. Now you have the warriors of the country. So you can be selective of who you want to take out, in my opinion. And I know people are going to be like, yeah, right. Think about it. If you were an evil, you know what, I would do it that way. I would systematically take out people who I disagree with and who are going to be problematic in the future and keep all the dumb sheeple behind, right?
yeah,
I
100%.
mean, you
And also the Bill Gates family, or Bill Gates himself, he's buying up all the farmland, bro.
right.
So
Yeah, that's the next.
all of our
Yep.
farm produce, or culture, or what's the word I'm looking for? Um Not produce, but the meat. All of our meat is controlled now, or most of it.
Yeah, he's still taking up and then not just him, by the way. There's protests happening all across Europe, probably throughout the world at this point, but the farmland absolutely. So it's really, but they're taking a long time to do it, but they got hidden agendas because a lot of it was leaked during the what, and right now it's kind of like a mystery as far as what they're planning exactly. They're doing a good job at keeping it hush hush.
I'm trying to remember where I saw this person writes on. Was it in public safety's chat, or was it in Frauder Trolls chat? I don't know.
I've seen Untrackable before.
That was a slip up. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah, Untrackable is on Eli the Circus Guy's channel. He sounds pretty good, but I mean, he doesn't know that Eli's all about the money. But it's all good, to each their own.
You know what I don't like about Eli's channel is he plays his music in the intro for like 5 minutes, dude. Each video, it's the intro is just a whole bunch of music and music. You have to skip constantly to the good First Amendment content. It's annoying.
Yeah, like for a stream, it's okay to for connection purposes, a couple of minutes, like what I do with music. But this is his actual show. Has nothing to do with the stream. So yeah, I do agree with that. Yeah, the ultimate
Guacamole's.
sacrifice thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tats and all. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous and sad that I don't hate tats or anything. I'm just saying that was really careless what he said about myself, and he was really excited when he said it, like myself and others have paid the ultimate sacrifice. I'm like, dude, you would be dead. That's- I would really retract that statement. But other people, they don't even care. But me as a veteran, that's so cringe. Like, dude, oh my goodness. Like, I'm just giving you advice. Like, go cover that base up really quick because that was a mistake. Like, just get it done and dusted and forget it, but you ever said it. But at least acknowledge it. Like, I made a mistake. I did not pay the ultimate sacrifice, because that pays respect to those who actually did. So I'm not upset with him or anything. I'm just kind of like, that's cringe, man. You shouldn't have said that, but at least address it. You know what I mean?
I have mixed feelings about Tats. One side of me enjoyed his content. The other side of me was like, uh, this guy's kind of like Jerry. He plays his favorites, and I don't. Uh, I'm more of a guy that I appreciate it when everybody's allowed to voice their opinion. And it seemed to me like Tats played his favorites, but I could, that's just
Yeah,
me.
he did.
But Tats and Jerry were
No, he
very
sure did.
close. Yeah, Tats and Jerry were very close, and it seemed like to me, I didn't really like that. I didn't like that duo because, like we said
Yeah.
earlier, Jerry just talks over people. Especially when I was on a chat with Tats, we had Tats, Jerry, some other dude, and me, and you couldn't even get a word in with. It was just Tats and Jerry going back and forth. You couldn't even get a word in, dude.
Exactly,
See,
dude.
with my panels,
I'll never.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'll never forget it. I joined Tats's stream for the first time because I think one time he ignored me backstage, but he said that he tends to do that. So my bad. I was like, okay, whatever. But when I finally got on his stream, like it was just him and I, and then Jerry jumped on like almost immediately. I guess just because I was on, and from then on, I was like, wow, there goes me actually interacting with Tats for the first time. Like Jerry just like took the whole thing like disreg. And you know what made it worse is they both started talking about literally shit, the topic of shit. I'll never forget it because it was so retarded. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" The first time that I get to jump on Tat's channel after supporting him in the chat, and Jerry and Tats make the whole topic literally about shit. You know what I mean? And I was like, "What a waste of time!" I literally wasted like how many minutes of my life during that stream. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna jump on another Tat stream. This is especially Jerry because like he'll just talk and talk and talk and he even says like, "Oh, I don't even realize I'm doing it." I'm like, dude, at this point you should realize. But whatever, man. To each their own. It's just not something I want to be part of.
I remember Tats saying in one of his live streams that he got very, like, he said something like, I got very, very lucky and I'm retired now. Is that what that means? That his nephew in the NFL set him up for life? Dang, must be
Oh
nice.
yeah, that it sounds like it based on what I heard. I mean, that should be acknowledged, but then again, it's nobody's business really. But yeah, it looks like it does match up. The what's out there, what he actually said, and what other people have found out. So yeah, imagine that. I mean, just chill and stream for the rest of your life from a couch.
Must be nice, man. I wonder how much he got. Maybe he hooked him. Maybe he hooked him up
Yeah,
with a couple mil.
yeah, yeah, man. Strange.
Chocolate cake with peanut butter and buttercream frosting. Sounds like a good deal, man. Hey, it's more than you get, guacamole. It's more than what you get.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's the same retarded stuff, man. It never changes. You can't trust people like that. EOT, that reminds me of Frauditor Mania, WrestleMania, right? He's like,
WrestleMania.
well, I'm not gonna cut WrestleMania. So he comes like, well, Vegas Vips only gets like 2 viewers, and so why are you here? And he's like, I'm not gonna bother with somebody like you. You don't even get any. And he's there. He's right here on your channel. And then you, if you're such a nobody,
Maybe I
why
would
is he
take
obsessed
JJ
with
for a
you?
little spin Rooney around my roomie just once or twice.
Oh my god, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Introducing EOT wine. Side effects may include depression, anxiety, extreme confusion, incoherent rambling, infertility, forgetfulness, vomiting. Do not operate heavy machinery while consuming this product. Do not go on live streams while consuming this product. Guacamole, did you like that? Did you like my EOT commercial?
I think she's having a
Oh, burn. Got him on the 1950s TV set, bro. That's the ultimate burn right there.
yeah, she's
Nineteen
having a
fifties
temper
TV set.
tantrum.
What? I don't
She's
have the
having a
channels. I don't have it.
copy and paste.
I don't have a channel,
Yeah.
Schmoopy. No content here.
Oh man, then why is she here if it's so non-exciting, right?
You know
You
what?
see the obsession.
When she uses that term schmoopy, it makes me afraid that she was born in like the 1960s, bro. Like who uses that term schmoopy?
Like nobody says schmoopy, man. That's so sad, man. And then copy and paste. You see how she's like the temper tantrum, copy paste. It's just it's so cringe, man.
When adamant function, they kick us what's left. Bunch of fatties on a diet give us three good cakes.
What the heck, dude? Untrackable is with the cake.
Oh my god, dude. It's this guy.
Yep.
Hey, this guy's very popular in the anti-auditor. No, no, not really anti-auditor community, but like Shiz Happens and her little posse. Oh, by the way, Shiz Happens is another person that I don't really I kind of put her in the same category as Jerry. Like I don't really
Hmm.
like the person. And you know what? She's actually said some harsh comments towards me for no reason. She's like, "Oh, I don't know who you are." And she's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
you're irrelevant,
Yeah.
Vegas."
Yeah, I see. That's that superiority complex, you know.
Exactly, dude. You named it properly. Superiority complex. They have to puff themselves up so to make themselves feel better and to put other people down at the same time. It's just messed up and unnecessary, man.
Yeah, like she might do good documentary style videos, but that doesn't mean like she's intelligent and superior to, like Morgan Freeman. He sounds intelligent, but he says himself, he's like, dude, guys, I don't know that much, you know what I mean? So he humbles himself like that. But Shiz is somebody who would just like run away with it and, oh, I don't know who you are. Who are you? And you actually support what she does. That's the sad part.
Oh yeah, dude, I've given her so much support. I've shared her content. I was even dude, I was even the one it was because of me that David Finkel who found out who she was. I was the one
Right.
who introduced David Finkel to Shiz's content. But then I get thrown under the bus for no reason. It's just so, I don't care for this person that much anymore.
Yeah, like I kind of get surprisingly from the Stone Vet the same type of vibe, but not quite like Shiz. But like they're on a different echelon, and you can't touch me. I only
Yeah,
I only listen to a certain group of people, and that's it. I'm like,
yes, Stone Bed,
that's cringe, man. I mean,
yeah, Stone Bed is definitely in the same category as Shiz. And he's again, once again, he has done the same thing to me. He's like, "Oh, that Vegas Vips guy is a nobody," like for no reason, dude.
yeah, I actually made a comment about anti auditors, and this one guy, one of his subs, like was trying to attack me with this huge paragraph that didn't really make any sense. I was like, because he's like, we're not here to talk about the anti auditors. We're here to discuss anti Wrangler. And I'm like, okay, seriously? It was just like, it was like, what kind of people, like, it's a different shade of people out there. It's really strange. It really is. Like they think that they're like holier than thou, and they only talk with a certain amount of people and stuff. That's why I just chose to leave the majority of the entire auditing and anti-auditing. Like I just don't even. It's just one huge circus, you know. And I mean, I'll follow you and David, but oh, and Lemmy also. But I mean, I'm not gonna be excited about the auditing videos. I mean, I'll support them, but it's just when you consider everybody else, like Eli the circus guy, and everybody and to the left and right, the same names over and over, and the same attitudes. It just gets so old after a while. At least for me, it's just like, okay, what's the ultimate goal here? Because we're not really getting that much done in the end, unless you enjoy it. That's fine.
I'm glad you reminded me about that Chief Tuttle guy. I'm gonna download his video right now because I did want to do a review on it. This guy's hilarious, by the way. He makes himself like a look like a total clown. He supports fraud at Wrangler. He said he was like, "Oh, fraud at Wrangler was a good veteran," and then he flipped off MSG retired. It This guy's such a clown. Let me download the video real quick.
Yeah, isn't that the guy that David just recently got in trouble with?
Oh yeah, yeah. He struck his channel. He struck Finkel's channel.
Yeah, he's got a really good cult following there. Vanilla Ice writes on. Girls were hot wearing less than bikinis. Rockman lovers driving Lamborghinis.
I got a corny joke for all of y'all. Why did the officer arrest the duck?
Oh man. Oh man, I don't even know if I can answer that.
Because the officer thought the duck was on quack.
Oh snap! That is good. Vegas Vips, everybody.
It's
Damn, I
so
gotta write.
cool.
I gotta write that
It's
down, bro.
it it's so corny. It's funny.
Damn, that is a good one.
Guys, if Fraud at Wrangler just took Kimmy Wrangler to a buffet and live streamed that thing, I think his channel would go to the moon. I think that video would hit 1 million views. Don't you guys agree? Take take Kimmy Wrangler down to a Chinese all you can eat buffet and just live stream her going to town. Just live stream her going to town on some pot stickers. Oh, no, no. It would get like 1 million views, bro.
All right, legit have that joke saved, man. It's a really good one. That's like an immortal joke right there, man. It's gonna stand the test of time.
I don't know if it could stand the test of time, but I know it made Guadalupe smile a little bit.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, that'll make the haters.
I think Kimmy Wrangler is fat. I don't know about y'all, but I think Kimmy Wrangler is a heavier set individual.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I give you the badass chief, Mr. Tuttle.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Tuttle, the Country Cop 3 here. Wanted to make this video. I was just on Wrangler's live stream. I always like to watch Wrangler's live stream. A lot going on. He has good opinions. I really respect Wrangler and Kimmy a lot. But one thing kind of bothers me, and I'm going to kind of address that in this video. People keep accusing him of stolen valor.
I would never want her nudes. Never. Chill out with that. Maybe just a peek. Maybe just a peek. You never know.
And I don't know the details of it, but I've heard that several times from several different assholes on the internet, like mostly trolls and people that just don't like Wrangler. But I'm going to.
Oh my gosh. Look at that rack.
I noticed a detail in the live stream today, and Wrangler was absolutely 100% right. What he said was when he initiated enlistment and he was on the delayed entry program, and a lot of people go through that delayed entry program. He mentioned that the military police academy was at Fort McClellan, Alabama. That is absolutely 100% correct. The police academy was at Fort McClellan.
Holy crap, I almost started my camera on accident. Anyways, I was going to say that just because this guy says that Wrangler got the location right, that makes him a full fledged veteran. That doesn't make any sense. This guy's saying that Wrangler got the location right or something on a McClellan base. Therefore, that makes Wrangler a veteran somehow.
Since the Vietnam War. And the reason I know this is absolutely 100% correct is because I actually visited Fort McClellan, Alabama. It's in a town called Anniston, Alabama. And if you remember back in the 60s during the civil rights marches, Anniston, Alabama is where they burned a lot of those Freedom Rider buses. Look it up on Google or Wikipedia, and that'll explain that. But Anniston, Alabama was very, very segregated. Back in the old days, it was very, very segregated. And they would tell soldiers, especially African American soldiers who were assigned to Fort McClellan or going through training at Fort McClellan.
Yeah, the thing about this guy, he's been on YouTube for like 3 years, and now only recently he's gotten like 400 subs, and he's like going ecstatic about it. It's doesn't get much better than this, guys.
Don't go into town. It's just not worth it. You're going to catch trouble. You know, we can't protect you if you leave base. So they actually told a lot of those soldiers, don't go off base. Which it was sad that they had to do it at the time, but that's the way it was. See,
This dude was really like he was like, I've seen so much growth in my channel in the past couple days. It's incredible. He said, I've seen 6,000% increase in my views because of the trolls. And he goes on about how he's so thankful for getting 400 subs, and how he's getting ready to get hit 1,000 views or something, and he was just celebrating.
The reason I know this is because my father knew the base commander, Major General Watson. And he and Major General Watson had met prior during my dad's service in the Marine Corps. So he was the base commander in the late 80s. And I know that to be true because I met the man and I actually visited Fort McClellan. And here's another little tidbit that a lot of people don't know. Fort McClellan was the first U.S. military base to have a Burger King on it. That's a fact because I ate there. First duty station in the United States to have a Burger King. And they had actually a really big PX where you could buy unit T-shirts and all kinds of PT gear and pretty much whatever you want. It's like a Walmart. Big PX. Fort McClellan is no longer an operational base. It's still owned by the DoD, but it is not an operational base. And as far as I know, I'm not even sure if they run Reserve or National Guard units through there for training or monthly meetings and whatnot. But it is a closed base. If you look it up on Google Maps, on Google Earth, yeah, you can actually see that it's most of the sections of the base that were like administrative buildings and the police academy. And the police academy sat right next to the PX. I think it was actually behind it. But that base has been closed off. When the Fort McClellan Police Academy folded, they moved it to Fort Leonard Wood.
According to this guy's damn logic, because they had a Burger King on the establishment, Private Wrangler is a full-fledged veteran.
Or Leonard Wood, sorry. Now, Wrangler couldn't have known that because a lot of people, even people that today who have been in the military over 20 years, they're not even aware that Fort McClellan was the police academy. Military police's MOS designation is 95 Bravo 1 Oscar. That's combat military police. 95 Bravo is patrolman military police, like base patrolman, law enforcement duties. And they were a good operational system. The military police in the United States Army, very, very competent unit. So when they moved the police academy to Fort Leonard Wood, they actually did what they call an OSUT, one station unit training, basic training, and your police academy at Fort Leonard Wood, which is a much more efficient system. How could he possibly have known that? It's a good question. How could he have possibly known that the police academy was actually at Fort McClellan? So I think he's legit. I think he was a soldier. I don't know, what kind of time of duty he had or whether it was good or bad or indifferent, but I respect Wrangler and I believe him.
So he believes Wrangler, guys. So if he believes Wrangler, then I think we should all believe in Wrangler too. Is that how it works? I mean, he's got the saber on his wall. He's got the blue line flag, and so he's legit, right? Because he has that saber on his wall, and everything he says is 100% authentic, right? I mean, he's ready to go to battle. He just has to reach over and grab that saber, and he's set, bro.
And I noticed that detail when he was talking about it on his live stream. So I wanted to bring that up in this video because I believe Wrangler was in the service. I don't think he's stolen valor or anything like that. And for people like that fat ass Georgia Transparency to call him out, that's bullshit. I'd like to sock Georgia Transparency and right in his fucking jaw, but he'd probably swallow my hand, as a snack. And like I said, that Georgia Transparency, he must like dirt on his pecker because Lana, that's a man. Ain't no doubt, man. That is a man. And I swear to God, if he really wants to be a woman, he's the ugliest fucking woman I've ever seen.
I like how he starts going off on Georgia Transparency as if that somehow helps his case that Wrangler is legit.
In my life, but you know what? I don't play that I identify as. Never have, never will. You born with a dick, you a man. You born without a dick, you a woman.
You hear that, Guac? You bone with the sausage, you a man. You bone without a sausage, you's a woman.
You may not like it. Tough fucking shit. But say I identify as, my pronouns are. First of all, I don't give a fuck what you identify as, and your pronouns can go fuck themselves too. I don't play that kind of shit. And I don't like cancel culture. And I don't like people trying to take down YouTube channels without evidence or any kind of fucking facts whatsoever. And I'm not going to let anybody bag on one of my friends like that. Wrangler and Kimmy, I consider them friends. I try to catch their live streams as much as I can, but sometimes.
You know what? When Wrangler and Kimmy get married, I'm gonna have front row seats to that wedding, guys. I'm gonna be right on the front row of that sucker, man. I swear. I swear to man, I swear I'm going to that wedding, man. That's gonna be one fantastic, the most beautiful wedding you've ever seen, guys. I'm not even, no cap. I gotta go to that wedding.
I'm kind of busy when they have them, and I go to AA a lot, so sometimes the meetings kind of interfere.
Wait, did he just admit he goes to AA meetings? So that explains a lot of it.
With the live streams that I'd like to watch from Wrangler. But yeah, that Russ, I think his name's Pickron, or Russie Fat Ass. That's what I call him. I think he's full of shit. I really do. And if Lana was in the fucking Air Force, that's all you need to say about the Air Force. They say, oh, well, the Air Force has higher PT standards than any military. You know who says that? People in the Air Force. I doubt if Marines or soldiers or sailors would agree with that. Like they have the hardest PT standards. That's fucking bullshit. But, because I know a little bit about the military. I was never in the military. I was a police officer, but I did go through ROTC in college. This saber hanging on the wall, I just mounted that today because I polished it up and got it out of storage. That saber I was awarded when I was promoted to second lieutenant, and I actually carried that in dress parades. So back off the stolen valor shit. Wrangler's legit. I don't know why he would lie. There's no reason to lie.
Yeah, I don't know why Wrangler would lie either. There's no reason for him to lie. He's legit. And we should all just throw dollars at him, until he gets 50K in his bank account and he can go buy a house and get married to Kimmy and ride off into the sunset, live happily ever after, have a kid, have Fraud at Wrangler Jr. on the way, and then Fraud at Wrangler Jr. can start his own channel and grift and follow in the footsteps of Daddy.
I was never in the military. I'm not embarrassed by it. It's not like you have to be in the military to be somebody, but if the military's for you, it's a great system. I've known a lot of guys when I was going through ROTC that are still in the Army or the Navy or the Marine Corps or the Air Force, Air Force. Anyway, so, I mean, if it works for you, it's a great system. If it doesn't, no big deal. They might bring back the draft because if we get into a world war, yeah,
Man, could you guys imagine if we see a Fraud at Wrangler Jr. in our lifetime? And he ends up starting a channel? Oh man. We'd be screwed. If there ever popped out a Fraud at Wrangler Jr. on the YouTube scene, we're gonna have our hands full, guys.
we're going to need more troops. We're going to have more bodies. So it's going to come down to it where they're going to say, look, we're going to start pulling selective service numbers. And if you don't show up, you're going to jail. So I don't know if it's going to come to that yet. But like with the Israeli conflict.
Kelly W., you got that right.
Biden's starting to chicken out. That puss is starting to actually fucking chicken out. He had the Gerald R. Ford move further away from the Israeli coast, and I think that's kind of a little bit of a message to Netanyahu. Hey, you're kind of going overboard. Quit unaliving so many people. And Netanyahu's like, fuck you, and they attacked us first. They're getting what they deserve. And you know what? The Japanese are like, don't do it. don't attack somebody and expect them to just take it and not attack back. Don't do it. The Japanese found out all about that in World War II. They're like, don't do it. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. So they did. The Palestinians and Hamas, they attacked the Israelis, and now they're crying about getting spanked. You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make this fucking shit up. And you know what? If I ever hear anybody saying from the rivers to the sea, Palestine will be free, I'm gonna knock them right in the fucking nose. I won't even introduce myself. I would just go up there and go, boom. You know what?
This guy's not going to do anything, man. The only thing he's going to knock up is freaking I don't even want to say.
Keep the Palestinian shit to yourself. This is fucking America. Anyway, but yeah, definitely a show, a warning for Netanyahu. If we pull our Navy out, it's not going to really make a big deal because the Israelis have such a large air force and they have their own Navy, you know, by themselves. They have a pretty competent Navy. So even if we left, which I don't think we should back them up 100%. If they want to kill all the Palestinians, let them kill all the Palestinians. The Palestinians started this shit. You know, if you get dealt with, that's the old saying, fuck around and find out. The Palestinians fucked around, now they're finding out. And now they're saying, well, you're getting too, you're going overboard, you're killing all of our people. Hey, man, you should have thought about that before you fucking stormed our goddamn country and killed a bunch of people. You know, now you're crying, saying, you know, you want to cry foul. It's like the Palestinians are like fucking frauditors, man. They push and they push and they push.
I think he is hiding something under that mustache, man. Yeah, I agree.
Push and they push, and when somebody fucking hits them or pushes them back, they'll call the cops. You just assaulted me. You touched my camera. My camera's an extension of myself. How'd you like your camera up your ass? That'll make it an extension of yourself.
Did he just threaten somebody with the camera up the ass? Is that like a on the spot an on the spot proctology exam? This dude is off the
It's
cuff.
another homophobic thing.
Anyway, but that's the thing. The Palestinians are like, well, we fuck you, fuck the Jews. We're going to attack the Jews. They're not going to do anything. We have human shields. And I said this a long time ago. They don't care about human shields. In their minds, the Jews that get killed in that kind of offensive are going to heaven. The Palestinians are all going to hell. So, and I kind of believe that too. You know, if you're on the side of evil and you have no valid reason for what you're doing, you're a fucking asshole. So, and I said that, you know, Muslims can kiss my ass. I'm red, white, and blue American, and I've always been, and I've always will. You know, and the fucking Palestinians can kiss my red, white, and blue American balls. I'll tell you what. And it's not even the Palestinians.
Did you guys catch that? He says he has red, white, and blue balls. We need to get a fact check. We need to get a fact checker to verify that. Oh my goodness, I just skipped. Here we go.
They really are. And Russia hinted to the fact, back to Russia, the Putin, that fucking asshole, he hinted to the fact that, well, we may have launched a nuclear weapon into orbit. So, offensive are going to heaven. The Palestinians are all going to hell. So, and I kind of believe that too. You know, if you're on the side of evil and you have no valid reason for what you're doing, you're a fucking asshole. So, and I said that, you know, Muslims can kiss my ass. I'm red, white, and blue American, and I've always been, and I've always will. You know, and the fucking Palestinians can kiss my red, white, and blue American balls. I'll tell you what. And it's not even the Palestinians. It's the fucking Iranians. It's the damn Jordanians. It's the...
You know what? I think someone has to do it. So I think I might take one for the team. I think I might check it to see if his balls really are red, white, and blue. Got to verify that, guys, because that's a very bold claim. Anybody who's saying that their balls are red, white, and blue, you gotta check them on that.
Syrians, you know, there's a lot of fucking Arabs out there that want to take a little chunk out of what we have. But now we're starting to really get pissed off. You know, we've struck Iraq and we've struck certain targets around where ISIS normally is, but now a lot of Iran backed proxies are.
Guys, you have to have some sympathy for him though, because imagine his wife in the bedroom. He pulls down his pants, and then his balls are actually red, white, and blue. Um, how does his wife feel about that? Is that just a little? Is
Yeah,
that
but
just a little way too over the top patriotic?
they
Does she really want all that
they all
patriotism action going? Go ahead, Ben.
I think they also glow in the dark. You're missing that point, like like sirens on a police car.
You know what? I think I would rather go for the glow in the dark action than the red, white, and blue. Because there's multiple of advan there's a lot of advantages of having glow in the dark balls. Um, but that's a topic for another live stream.
And ISIS and the Iran backed proxies don't even get along. They both have different, uh, you know, both have different philosophies and different ways of following Islam. But, it's going to start getting rough. If Iran pushes it, back in the old days, we like unalived like half of Iran's navy in one day. They do not have technology like we have. They do not have the kind of warships that we have. And I think they're scared. I think they're getting nervous. They really are. And Russia hinted to the fact, back to Russia, the Putin, that fucking asshole, he hinted to the fact that, well, we may have launched a nuclear weapon into orbit. So, fine. Shoot at us from orbit. We'll fucking knock it down before it hits the ground, and then you're going to look fucking even more stupid. The Russians claim the SA 400, I think it's the SA 400 missile system, is the best in the world and it cannot be defeated. Okay, well, why can't it defeat HIMARS? Good question, huh? Why can't it defeat HIMARS? Because the Ukrainians are kicking the snot shit out of you. So, and I think they're holding up aid to Ukraine, and that's another Biden thing. He's getting pressure from all these fucking Arab nations saying, "Oh, you should tell them to stop. They're killing all these Arabs." Fuck that. Who cares? That's fun to the Israelis. Jesus, that's like a fucking Friday night on the town. Let's go kill a bunch of Palestinians. Yeah. But, they get picked on and picked on and picked on and picked on. The Muslims threaten the Jews every chance they get. They threaten them with another Holocaust. They claim that the Holocaust was a myth, that it never actually took place. Wonder where they got all those goddamn photos and those fucking videos then. That must have been some really emaciated actors to put on that kind of fucking conspiracy. So, fuck the Muslims. Fuck them all. That's what I say. Chief Tuttle, the Country Cop 3, right from my mouth to your ears. So I wanted to make this video because I wanted to say he's on the ball, because I know for a fact he's correct about the police academy being at Fort McClellan. So I wanted to make this video, totally backing Wrangler up on this one. Anybody has any fucking thing to say about stolen valor, talk to me. I'll deal with you myself. So God bless America. This is Cheap Toe, the Country Cop. All units, stand by.
I mean,
Um,
guys, is there anything more patriotic than having your balls red, white, and blue? That is the
I,
question of
I
our
mean,
lifetime.
I got a question, man. He didn't answer my question, and the whole I don't know what the hell that was filibuster. He didn't even mention the RPG, the gunshot wound and basic training, all this in basic training, and 2 deployments, two Purple Hearts. Like he didn't even touch upon any of that, and he's like, "Oh, he's not stolen valor." Uh, he said himself about the deployments and the Purple Hearts and getting shot in RPG. He didn't even cover any of that.
I think this guy is so strong. Hey, sorry about that. I think this guy is so strong he could take an RPG to the balls and survive it, dude. I mean, that's the type of guy we're dealing with here. He's just so masculine, dude.
Somebody somebody said he has meth mouth.
Oh, 100%.
So I might call it not a mustache, but a meth stash.
Yeah, and someone said he's hiding something in his mustache. That's 100% correct.
Damn, he's just, I mean, just because there's a Burger King, and how could he have known that? This is so stupid. Oh,
Yeah,
that really does prove, you know.
the fact that there was a Burger King on the base makes Fraud at Wrangler's story 100% authentic, according to this guy's logic.
Yeah, so he got a Purple Heart from the Burger King, obviously,
Yeah,
and
the
another one
Burger
from the
King.
BX.
Yeah, the Burger King is what made him made him a veteran.
I, dude, can you imagine following that guy and supporting that guy? And then he says he's anti-cancel culture. Look what just happened to David's channel. I wonder who did that.
Exactly, got his channel channel strike.
Yep, struck
Let me
his
download
channel.
another. Let me download another one of his videos, dude. This guy's a genius, bro. Comical genius.
I don't think I can honestly handle another video of his, but I'm gonna jump on my own stream. But this guy is gonna make me like, oh my goodness, he's just so retarded, man. You guys can enjoy though, man. He's so bad, man.
This guy's so good, dude. He's so funny.
Burger King. Yeah.
And I just can't get over the
And
fact
then
that
he's like, he,
he painted his balls red, white, and blue, dude.
and then he offers himself as like the secretary of like, if any of you have any questions about him and stolen valor, like he's the point of contact all of a sudden. Like, oh man, like he's his representative,
He
you
is
know.
he is the one-stop shop for stolen valor claims.
Right. Jeez, it's so cringe, man.
This guy is good, dude. I'm telling you, you'll six pack. You'll get a six pack off this guy from laughing. All right, all right, you guys ready? Here's another one of his hits.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Tuttle, the Country Cop 3 here. Had to make this video. Boy, I have been having the greatest time of my life. We have stirred up such a hornet's nest, it's not even funny. We got bees flying all over the air, and they're all slinging insults.
Wait, he just said bees? Wow, he's really trying to throw shots at Wrangler right off the bat.
It's so funny. These guys are so butthurt and want to be, they're starting to grab at straws. They really are. These guys aren't even men. They're insulting the women. They're insulting basically the women on this YouTube channel, my channel, Wrangler's channel, probably a lot of other channels, with their frat boy, drunk ass, stupid little antics, and they think they're funny. They go off in their little basements in front of their computers and they giggle, just like little kids, and then when somebody gets in their ass, they throw a fit like fucking little girls,
Wait, did he just say when someone gets in their ass? So
Yeah.
again, he's going on that ass narration stuff, dude.
Yep.
I just can't.
throwing a temper tantrum that somebody another girl showed up at the same party wearing the same dress. They are so fucking immature, it's not even funny. And there's some
Wait. He said same party, same dress. Uh-oh, drama.
asshole out there who's claiming to be a retired detective. I don't buy that shit because he doesn't type like a detective. He doesn't structure his sentences like a detective. So he was probably a fucking wannabe. He probably wanted to be a cop, washed out of the academy, or couldn't pass the civil service exam or some fucking thing like that. It's actually kind of comical. I'm having a good time. And there's a lot of other people that's insulting Mrs. Chief, Mrs. Kimmy, Wrangler, everybody, Dixie, Casey. It's funny. One guy just a few minutes ago asked my wife how much it would be to have, like prostitute sex with my wife. That's the kind of infantile shit they're bringing up. They think this bothers us. This is so comical. It's funny. It's like little tiny teenagers coming up and hitting somebody and running away because they're fucking cowards and they know they'd get their ass kicked. They do little hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. Everybody knows my name and everybody knows where I live. I haven't hid anything about my name, my location, my profession.
I don't want to know where this guy lives. He talks about ass too much.
Anything. Everybody knows I live in Marion, Ohio, North Central Ohio. You can't fucking miss it. And I'll tell you what, you got a problem with me? Buy a plane ticket, man. I'll meet you anywhere in this fucking town. I'm not worried about you, Cupcake. But see, these cowards won't do that. They're desperately trying to keep their identities under wraps because if somebody found out who they really were, they'd see them for what they are. Cowards. Infantile, immature, squalling little fucking boys. And, they'll never amount to anything in their life. And one guy threatened me, I'm going to tell MSG retired. Fuck MSG retired. Do you think I'm
This guy is going to trust fraud at Wrangler over MSG retired. Like how? I don't. This guy is bottom of the barrel.
Intimidated by a retired E8? He's probably a fat ass. He probably eats tons of donuts, can't run a mile, and fucking can't even remember the phonetic alphabet. So I'm not worried about past tense. I'm not worried about retired detectives. I'm not worried about stoned vets. Stoned vet. Yeah, that's a name that probably suits him because he's probably just nothing but a dope head, and half the fucking thoughts that come out of his mouth are just infantile, illiterate kind of bullshit. So I'm not worried about any of these cupcakes, man. They're projecting so much and they're trying so hard to get a rise out of us. It's just not even funny. They're little boys. They're like 4-year-olds, man. They are. They're 4-year-olds. They'll never amount to shit, man. And everybody who says, well, I've done this and I've done that and you haven't done this and you haven't done that. Yeah, because somebody accused me of being a police officer of a police chief of a department with no officers. Now, I can't work 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Police departments don't run like that, and everybody who's ever been a part of a police department knows that. So just that sentence by itself is through the roof. They have got I just got my analysis from my YouTube studio.
Oh, I thought he was going to say I just got my analysis from my proctologist exam.
Rate of subscription and the amount of views that I've gotten has increased within the last 7 days 6,600%. They're just helping me. If they keep it up, if they keep up the views that they're giving me now and the comments that they're making.
I hear Mrs. Tuttle once went out to get $500 for rent. She came home with $500.50. When the chief asked her Who gave 50 cents? She replied, everyone.
Now, see, YouTube don't care about what the comment says. They just like the amount of comments and the amount of views. That's what's going to make my algorithms be attractive enough to where I can monetize my channel. They're helping me, you know, in an indirect way. They think they're hurting me and insulting me, but they're helping me. And apparently sometime tonight, there's supposed to be a big roast of Chief Tuttle. Somebody's supposed to be playing my videos. And I looked.
Yeah, when he gets to 900 subs, we're all going to pull out, and then he'll go back down to 0.
At the channel that sent me the link, because apparently they want me to know. And it's a guy with a whole 65 subs. Wow, Jesus, man, that's devastating. That is just a devastating YouTube channel. It's going to be roasting me, Chief Tuttle, with 65 subs. Well, you know, that'll be a limited fucking audience, so I ain't worried about that either. See, they think their little infantile ways and their little tactics and their little insults and just ribbing, they think that gets to people like me. Buddy, I've seen shit that you wouldn't believe, you know, and I don't get rattled. I don't get rattled. Like I said, I live in Marion, Ohio. I'm not.
He's seen stuff that you wouldn't believe, man. Especially like the red, white, and blue balls, dude.
Hiding it. Everybody knows my full name. Everybody knows I'm on Facebook. Everybody knows I'm on YouTube. What am I trying to hide? I'm not trying to hide nothing. They're trying to hide.
No, you're trying to hide your red, white, and blue ball sack, dude.
Because they're cowards. And they probably, if they do have wives, they probably have wives that are so stupid that they fucking married these idiots thinking they have some kind of brain. And if you think women aren't that stupid, look at Chris and Tifaho. Chris is about the most worthless piece of shit on the face of the fucking planet. Tifaho thinks he's Adonis.
Dude, he straight up said that like that was an infomercial. He was like, just look at Chris and Tifaho.
Of course, you assholes, you know, like frauditors, you won't understand what the word Adonis means. So I guess you have to Google it because you're all a bunch of idiots. So, you know what? Women can follow blind idiot people, you know, but I'll tell you what, my wife, Mrs. Chief, she's 5 times the adult that any of these little kids are. My wife is the most wonderful woman on the face of the planet. She has kept me even keeled ever since I met her. Before I met my wife, I just as soon smack you than talk to you. And a lot of people, if you do talk to the people that I worked with in my departments, they're going to tell you Tuttle was a hard ass. That's a fact. And I'm
Tuttle was a hard ass? Maybe.
not even going to hide that. You know, Tuttle was a fucking hard ass because I don't take shit, people. I don't take shit off of people. But I grew up during a different era of law enforcement. We didn't have cameras. We didn't have computers in the cars. We didn't have lasers. We had radios and we had one computer, and the computer was at the office and it didn't even work all the time. When I started in law enforcement, the jurisdiction that I started in, we didn't even have fucking 911. It was just a phone number. And the stupid part about that is the emergency number was just a separate phone number. And it was tied to a red phone, like the old movies that you see in the White House. Oh, it's the red phone. Hello, this is the president here. Yeah, we had a red phone, honest to God, just like Batman. So I've been in law enforcement way before these snot-nosed even came out of their little mamas, because these guys don't know a fucking thing. They've only seen modern law enforcement and they think that's the way it's been since the dawn of time. No, we didn't even have tasers when I came out of the academy. Tasers didn't come out until later. They had tasers existing, but they were so crappy. And the first gen tasers were so crappy that they were so unreliable, departments didn't want to buy them. And then Taser Corp came up with the X26, the one that I carry, and it was a better model. That's like 3rd generation tasers. Now the officers are carrying like 5th generation tasers, and they're way more efficient and they fire way longer than the X26 does. But you can buy cartridges for the X26 that fire up to 30 yards. They're expensive, but you can buy them. And if you do have a taser, or if you think you can buy a taser, like anybody can just buy a taser, somebody said anybody can own a taser. No, you can't. I mean, you may be able to own it, but if you carry it, you're going to get arrested for carrying a concealed weapon just like anybody else. It's just like a firearm here in Ohio. That's what they consider. And if you conceal it, you're going to jail. So no, you can't just get a taser. And the tasers that you get, like you can look up off Amazon, just put in X26 taser. It will bring up generic models of that design. Most of them are pieces of shit. And the ones that are half legit are the civilian versions, and they start at about $1,000 retail, plus shipping. They're not cheap. So not a lot of people can buy them. And that's how I got mine. My department issued me one. So, go ahead. You want a taser, buy a taser, but you might not like the consequences when you get caught with it, or when you use it on somebody and they realize you're not fucking certified to carry it. Then you're going to have a whole liability problem in civil court, because whoever you light up is going to sue your fucking monkey ass. So all of the details that they brought up, just blind speculation, conjecture, and bullshit. They're going off their fucking mouths, not facts. Look it up. It's all public information. I don't give a fucking shit who looks up my record, because I was a good cop. How do I know that? Because a lot of people thanked me when I helped them throughout the years. There were people that actually liked me so much that when I was home, they would call me and say, Chief, we'd like to talk to you. We don't want to talk to these guys. Some of the guys that I had under my command were idiots. And that's a fact, because we were kind of a small jurisdiction. We didn't have a lot of budget. So I couldn't pay a lot of guys a shitload of money to come work for me. That's just the way it was. We didn't have the tax base. So those are just hard facts. Sure, I would have loved to have had 80 fucking guys on my department, but we didn't have the money to pay for that. I would have loved 18 cruisers, but we didn't have the money to pay for that. So, not everybody leads LAPD or NYPD or Chicago or Detroit or Memphis or Dallas. Not everybody can work for a huge fucking department, but it doesn't make it any less important than those big departments. We do the same fucking job. The very first call I went to when I was in training, my FTO training, was a drunk driving accident. A 16-year-old boy got ejected out the back windshield because they hit a fucking tree going backwards at 80. When we got there to do traffic control, the paramedics and the firefighters were trying to turn that kid's head around the right way. He had broken his neck so severely, his head was twisted around 180 degrees. And they were trying to put his head back in the right fucking position. The kid died on the helicopter on the way to Columbus to the trauma center. So don't ever question my fucking loyalty to my job or the experience that I have, because it's my will against yours and you will lose. So you might think you're tough. You might think you're funny. You might think you're clever. You're not impressing me, and you're not impressing Mrs. Chief, and you're not impressing Kimmy Wrangler, and you're not impressing Wrangler. For some reason, you guys got to burn your ass over Wrangler. It's not working. Wrangler's not going to go away, and neither am I. But keep it up. Keep watching, because you're helping me out. My goal is to get to 1,000 subs, and I'm well on my way. If the growth keeps keeping up the way it is, I'm going to be monetized before fall of this year, 2024. I will be monetized before fall. So all of you assholes that are mad at me, that think I wasn't a cop, that think I was never in the business, that I'm an idiot, that I'm all talk and no substance, you're helping me. You're helping me a lot. So, I gotta laugh. I really do. I haven't had this much fun since I was, in training. But, and there's only a few of us left from my academy class. There's only a few of us left that are actually still working. Most of the guys that I came out of the academy with are retired, just like me. I think I only know of one, and he works on Columbus as a sergeant. And as far
Yeah, no kidding. Once we all pull out and unsubscribe, he's gonna go back to 0. Actually, make it maybe -10.
as I know, he's the only guy from my academy class that's still working. So, you know, that's how I was a different generation of law enforcement, you know, and tell you the truth, some of the officers that I see on TV, on social media, all around the country, they don't have the fucking style that we had in the old days. They have to be so politically correct and so wary about what they say and do.
Hello? She's not there.
I'm right here.
Wow, man.
With the body cams and the car cams and everybody else with cameras and the media and stationary cams on every building. You can't walk out your door without being on a camera. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. Bothers people who are trying to hide something. But I came from a different generation of law enforcement. So, you know, if you got out of line, we dealt with you. That's the plain truth of it. You know, you got out of line and you went over the line, you crossed the line, and everybody knows when they cross the line, you get dealt with. And back in the old days, we used to deal with them. And I'll give you a quote, and this is a quote from one of the shows I used to watch that I liked back in the 90s when I was working in law enforcement, In the Heat of the Night. Now, if you like that show and you are familiar with that show, Sergeant Skinner always used to tell Chief, want me to take one of those long rides to the jail? And he'd be like, Bubba, I wish you would quit talking like that. The long rides to the jail did exist. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And the people that went on them rarely needed it again. They knew if they were going to get out of line, they were going to get dealt with. But like I said, it was a different generation back